Let's solve these two examples of finding the scale factor of a dilated image. In this first example, we'll find the scale factor of the dilation that took this triangle, PQR, and made it become this triangle, P'Q', And in the second example, we'll find the scale factor that made this quadrilateral become this larger quadrilateral. Finding the scale factor of a dilated image is really easy. You just have to take 1 point from the original figure, let's say we take this point P, and find its coordinates. We can see the coordinates of P are 3, 3. So those are the coordinates of the point P, and then I need to find the coordinates of the corresponding transformed point in the dilated image. The point P in the original figure corresponds to the point P' in the dilation. So I want to find the coordinates of that transformed point P'. That would just be 1, 1. So P' has coordinates 1, 1. From this information, just the coordinates of a point in the original and its transformation after the dilation, we can find the scale factor. Then the scale factor k is just the number we would have had to multiply the first point by to transform it into the second point. Clearly, to transform 3 to 1, the scale factor must have been 1/3. All we're doing is taking the x-coordinate from the transformed point and dividing it by the x-coordinate of the original point. We could have also done this with the y-coordinates, or we could have done this process with any other pair of corresponding points in this dilation. For example, we could have used the point Q, which has an x-coordinate of 3 and a y-coordinate of 9. And then we could have looked at the transformed point Q', which has coordinates 1, 3. So that's Q' has coordinates 1, 3. And then again, we could have found the scale factor by dividing the x-coordinates, which clearly would have been 1/3, or the y-coordinates, which would have been 3/9, or 1/3. Either way, you'll get that correct scale factor of 1/3. We would, of course, expect some fractional scale factor in this example because we went from this big triangle to this smaller triangle. Let's move on to the second problem. Here again, we are asked to find the scale factor of the dilation. This figure is from Larson's Pre-Algebra textbook. Let's begin by finding two corresponding points in the original figure and the dilation. Let's say we pick the points A and A'. So what are the coordinates of A in the original figure? That would be -1, +1. The x-coordinate is -1, the y-coordinate is +1. Then we can find the coordinates of the corresponding point A' in the dilated image. The coordinates of A' are -2, +2. So -2, +2. Clearly, we can see the scale factor must have been +2. We can find that by dividing the x-coordinates of the dilated image by the original, -2 over -1 is +2, or by dividing the y-coordinates. 2 over 1 is again +2. Again, if you picked any other pair of corresponding points, like C and C', you would find the same correct scale factor of 2, suggesting that the figure was increased by a factor of 2, which agrees with our observation in the picture. And that's how you find a scale factor of a dilation. Just pick two corresponding points and divide the coordinates of the transformed point by the original point. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and be sure to check out my pre-algebra course and pre-algebra exercises playlists in the description for more. Thanks for watching.
I'm the mathematical menace, the machinations of mankind. Two calculators at the same time, hand signs and abacus, finger count and calculus. I'm the V to the T, my parameter the rapidest. Happens like this, my lectures the most prominent, dominant. Call me to Morgan, I get the compliments. The union and together like any time that we intersect, cause my opponent